This is Duke University.
Welcome all. Welcome to the commencement ceremony for the Bachelor of Science degree recipients for the Pratt School of Engineering. First, I'd like to recognize the graduates, our class of 2017. Would you all please stand so your friends, family, and supporters can acknowledge you? You deserve that and more. Next, would all the parents, brothers, sisters, grandparents, spouses, family, and friends of all the graduates stand and be recognized for the roles you have played in helping the graduates reach this point? The reward for the sacrifices you have made are apparent today, and I'm certain will be appreciated forever. And I hope you'll agree that we've tried to be good stewards of your precious ones while they're here at Duke. Finally, it's Mother's Day. Let's recognize all those who have played this role in our graduates' lives on this doubly special day. It's a pleasure, really, to gather today here in Cameron Indoor Stadium. This is a hallowed place, as you all know, for college basketball, where excellence is always very, very evident and celebrated. It's clear and wonderful to have this ceremony here, isn't it? It's really special. But there's one particular reason it's extra special. Your parents didn't have to sleep in tents outside for 3 months to get in here, didn't they? So that's great. Levity aside, I'd just like to share a few thoughts with you. Let me begin by saying that I first speak for all of our faculty, staff, and all of our advisors and the whole community of Pratt to say that we're very, very proud of this graduating class. We really are. You've completed unarguably the most rigorous course of study at Pratt, I think, leading to in a great engineering school at one of the world's top research universities. This ceremony recognizes this achievement and marks your admittance to one of humanity's most noble professions, engineering. Years from now, I know you will look back at this moment fondly, and perhaps many moments that you have spent here at Duke. And it was a particularly special year, actually, this last year, not because I was a new dean, but in the things that I'll share with you. We had our first E-Fair, where more than 25 student teams showed off their ambitious ideas, a continuum from design to entrepreneurship, And the Duke Startup Challenge was won by a Pratt student, Walla. So it was an amazing year. We had our students who took trips to Peru, Bolivia, Uganda, California, it's another world to some, and other places across the globe where many of you worked together with local partners to install solar panels in low-income communities, to improve healthcare in low-resource settings, and to investigate the impact of air and water pollution. National honors for many of our student groups, just to name a few. Our National Society for Black Engineers was recognized as the national small chapter for the year 2017. Our Blue Devils Ocean Engineering team advanced to the finals of the next semifinals for the X Prize. And our Duke Electric Vehicles team took first place in the Shell Eco Marathon in Detroit. This is just the beginning of a long list of amazing things that have happened this year. We won't talk about the NCAA tournament, that's a different story. And along with all these things, you found the energy to complete double majors, to have certificates in different fields, and to complete Pratt research fellowships, and we'll recognize you for that, do Grand Challenge scholarships, and do community outreach work. You made time to tent for the UNC game, enjoy e-socials, dance at the e-ball, and enjoy the e-picnic. You get a theme there with E for engineering, with your fellow engineers. All of these things have something in common. To me, the experiences you've had here, and indeed the experiences of all the students, faculty, staff, and alumni who make up our community, empower us in a certain special way. And if we so choose, imbibe in us a certain term that one of our former presidents of Duke coined, outrageous ambition. Our outrageous ambition is coupled with quiet determination and fueled by confidence and purpose. To me, this is the essence of a Duke engineer. The world needs outrageous ambition to cure cancer, to start the next Google, to have the courage to help a community that needs help when nobody is watching. It needs individuals and teams who are unafraid to try to make the world a better place. We don't wait for others to act or invent a different way. We do. So my fellow Duke engineers, in undergraduate and graduate education, in research and entrepreneurship and in service, let's commit to believing and knowing that we are outrageously ambitious not because we seek glory, but because we care about the world we live in and are unafraid to act to change it. Given that you sit today at that incredible tipping point and the fulcrum where the past and the present are ready to catapult you to success, I'd like to share one more thought with you. As we ponder on success and the nature of success that undoubtedly awaits you, let's ask ourselves an important question. How can we be good at life? A friend of mine, a graduate of two very prestigious schools in New Haven and Cambridge that shall remain unnamed, found himself with a great job and a career, and yet divorced and unhappy at the age of 29. He then set himself a goal to find out what makes for successful careers and happiness. He spent 2 years doing research, trying to study successful people that he thought also had this quality of being happy and at peace. And he came to certain conclusions, and I'll share his findings with you. He suggests that to be successful and happy, which is not the same thing, that you need to be in a sweet spot that is the intersection of three different things. First, he recommends, find something that you're really, really passionate about. Then, see if you have some aptitude for that thing. Because I might want to play basketball, but I need to have some aptitude for being decent at it. And find that intersection. But there's a third important element that you need to find the intersection for. And you're engineers, you get what I mean. The third important element is purpose and meaning. So if you find something that you're passionate about, that you have some aptitude for, and for you gives you purpose and meaning, that is the sweet spot. It is difficult to be in that sweet spot all the time, but knowing that it exists will give you a guide to try to get there. By completing the Duke engineering course of study, which as I told you already, which I believe is the most challenging undergraduate program at Duke, you have not only proven that you're good at what you do, but that you're not deterred by hard work and you do not look for easy paths. Many of you I know already have a vague notion of where this magical intersection for success and happiness might lie for you. You perhaps found it in the research you conducted in the faculty labs you had access to. Over 70% of you do research. You maybe found it in the co-curricular or extracurricular projects in one of our great student groups. Or perhaps you found it in Duke Engage or Duke Engineers for International Development on a trip abroad. Maybe it came to you when you were working on a personal project in the Foundry or printing a project in the eColab. Or maybe you found it when you minored in econ or double majored in CS. If you haven't found it yet, I know it's waiting for you and outside the doors of this stadium. As you walk through that door today into an uncertain time and world, please, I have one more piece of advice for you. Embrace this uncertainty with confidence. Please know that as a Duke engineer, you have, more than many, many others, the skills, the perspective, and the confidence to literally reshape our world. Uncertainty can be opportunity for the confident. Uncertainty can be opportunity for the confident. Seize it. As you embark on this journey of promise, I do have one word of advice and caution, watching many who've gone before. On this exciting journey ahead, please act ethically. Please be centered. Derive your strength from knowing and doing what you believe is right. Recognize that your time and your integrity is your most precious possession. I have met a lot of Duke alums over the past year as the new dean as I've traveled the country. And in them, I see a little bit of your future. And it is very successful. I'm certain that each of you will find a part of our world that needs help, a solution. It is a big world, and there are a lot of causes that need innovative solutions that are worthy of your time. Your Pratt education has given you the skills to make a positive impact. I already know that you will do your part to make the world more sustainable, prosperous, healthier, safer, and more joyful. Those who have gone before you have, and you will do it even better. Today, you're not really leaving Duke Engineering. You're taking Duke Engineering with you to wherever you're going. Duke will always be with you. We will always root for your success. This is just one of many, many times I'm sure that we at Duke will celebrate your success. In fact, I'll go as far as saying that your success is Duke's success. There is no Duke success without yours. So congratulations, class of 2017. Go and change the world for us. Congratulations. I now have the distinct pleasure of introducing to you and welcoming the ESG Senior Class President, Uzo Ayugo. It's been my pleasure to get to know Uzo.
Good afternoon, everyone. As Dean Ravi said, my name is Uzoma Yogu, but I go by Uzo. I have the distinct honor of serving as your engineering class president and addressing you all on this fine Sunday afternoon in our hallowed Cameron Indoor Stadium. Has anyone wondered why the engineers get Cameron? I'm sure Pub Paul lobbied kind of hard for this space, but I suspect administration gave it to us for what they've put us through these last 4 years. But in all seriousness, these last 4 years have been iconic for an entire host of reasons. This afternoon, I'll focus on the 3 character molding aspects of Pratt that will be most significant for our future: resilience, community, and curiosity. I also do my best to keep it brief, as I'm standing between us and our degrees, and at this stage, I'm sure you're tired of hearing my voice and seeing my face. I was watching the last 4 engineering graduation speeches, and each of the presidents cited perseverance as a trait that Pratt taught us, but I think it's a step further than that. When you persevere, you do so in a specific instance, but resilience becomes something you are, a part of your character, not just something you exhibit. Resilience is defined as a capacity to recover quickly from difficulty. If you want that in engineering speak, the ability of a substance or object to spring back into shape. If you want that in Big Sean's speech, last night I took an L, but tonight I bounced back. Whether it be bombing an egregiously difficult Clark-Bray linear exam, I know I have, or spending hours working on EGR 103 Lab 7 to find your code refuses to work, flexing the muscle of failing, not dwelling on that failure, learning from that failure, and becoming stronger because of that failure is one of the most powerful things Pratt has given us. President Broadhead even said so in his baccalaureate ceremony, and I'm so glad we've had that experience together. The second aspect is community. This has been an especially poignant trope for me. Sophomore first semester, after taking physics E&M, multi, mechanics of solids, and an elective, I finished this semester with a 2.4. A 2.4. That's a C+ average. I did not understand. I was working so hard, but my output was asymmetrical to my input. It was then that I really considered dropping Pratt. How could I perform so poorly and think that this engineering degree was for me? I will never forget going home with my roommate and still my best friend, Tunde Abu, for winter break and verbatim saying, "Tunde, I never, ever want to feel this way ever again. Things have to change." Him giving me a long hug and saying, "Together, we'll make sure they do." I sat down with both Dr. Simmonses after that semester, them both telling me that you are good enough, this is for you, and you will make it. Dr. G also remained an unwavering supporter throughout this period and the rest of my 4 years. And you know, after that dismal semester, many weeks of self-reflection and encouragement from the Pratt community, things did change. And I stand before you today to give this speech as evidence that Pratt has made us resilient, but with the understanding that you have to have a community to make it through life, even if you have resilience. I'm sure every one of us has had those faculty, staff members, research PIs, administrators, and of course our fellow Pratt stars that have been instrumental in us making it through. I want to extend a special thank you to the friends who have kept me awake in all my engineering courses. Raya, Shelby, Keith, Connor, Sami, to name a few. And the Coffee at 20s, special shout out to Jack. I also want to extend a belated apology to those faculty who have taught me, and I want to make it clear that it was never your content that was putting me to sleep, but just exhaustion from wanting to do well in your courses. When corporations want teams to better gel, they send them to these boot camps where they're given a series of difficult problems and have to push each other to rely on one another and face adversity to make it out. Struggle produces stronger bonds. The more energy you take to form a bond, the higher the activation energy it takes to break that bond. As engineers, we know this. So take a few seconds and reflect on those students who have stood by your side when you had to fly somewhere for an interview, when you had to go home for a family emergency, when life happened and you thought that ship would not right itself, but here you are. Take a few seconds and reflect on those people who have brought you to where you are today. Community is central to what makes Duke Duke, and even more so to what makes Pratt Pratt. The last trope I want to discuss is curiosity. As an engineer's job is essentially to solve problems. Engineers must always ask why. When you understand a problem intimately, then you can propose a variety of solutions. In an increasingly complex world, solving problems cannot just be done on paper, but they must be done in context. Pratt has taught us to think about the edge cases and the societal implications. We are leaving as culturally competent engineers, and education is only powerful when in context. And to find that context, we must always ask why. Thanks to the rigor of our Pratt coursework, we didn't understand what we were doing half the time, so we got pretty good at asking why. And here we are, we've never been able to be the smartest person in the room, so we had to remain humble and hungry for knowledge. That intellectual curiosity should never leave us and only grow. Academia cannot be the only place where we can embark down this road. We cannot confine our intellectual curiosity to the classroom, but must carry that with us the rest of our lives, as that will make all the difference. Now, usually most speeches of this nature will end with me saying how you're going to change the world. I want to turn that notion on its head. The world is going to inevitably change you. Allow the world to do so, but keep your resilience, keep your community, and keep your curiosity in mind. Focus on the intrinsic values. Don't begin with the impact you want to have. Begin with the why you do what you do. Don't just follow your passions, follow your work ethic, because when those are aligned, that's when I believe you'll become world-class and be able to change the world. It is never those that focus solely on the outcome that do the incredible things. It is those who are driven, regardless of the accolades, and those that keep moving forward despite everything else around them, because they're driven by something greater than themselves. So my fellow BSE recipients, on this fine Sunday, May 14th, 2017, if you take away nothing from this speech, I need you to remember this. Embrace the challenges because you know you're resilient, and the most growth comes from these experiences. Find a real community that can nurture you intellectually, emotionally, and spiritually. Never stop learning, because once you become the smartest person in the room, you're wasting your potential. All of you, do not forget to thank your parents and everyone who got you here today. Gratitude will keep you grounded and hungry. The first G and go Duke, as our chairman of the board said this morning. I'm Nigerian American, and in Nigerian culture, every accolade and achievement you collect from the time you enter the world to the time you leave belongs to your parents so they can brag about you. I hope you all take great pride in being able to make those that have watched you grow proud today, especially the mothers, grandmothers, aunts, or anyone who played that role as primary caregiver this Mother's Day. If you'll all stand one more time, I know it's been a long day, and some of you probably need a friend to keep you awake, as I always do. Please repeat after me, just 2 short phrases. We are the leaders we've been waiting for. I look forward to receiving my degree alongside all of you. Good afternoon and God bless.
I'm glad this young man was resilient and is part of our community and will always be welcome. Before we start the presentation of diplomas, our Pratt faculty will present the distinguished awards that are noted in our program. We ask that graduates listed in the program for various departmental awards please proceed to the stage before your names are called to help the process along. I have the pleasure of presenting the first award. The Walter J. Seeley Scholastic Award is presented annually by the Engineering Student Government to the members of the graduating class of the school who have achieved the highest scholastic average in all subjects and who have shown diligence in the pursuit of an engineering education. The award was initiated to honor the spirit of academic excellence and professional diligence demonstrated by the late Dean Walter J. Seeley. The ESG hopes that this award will serve as a symbol of the man and the ideals that he stood for. This year's recipients are Aubrey Lynn Presnell and Jeremy Elias Schreck. Please get used to Aubrey because you'll see her again.
The Otto Meyer Jr. Tau Beta Pi Award is presented in recognition of Dr. Meyer's leadership in establishing the North Carolina Gamma Chapter on January 10, 1948, and his continuous service until April 19, 1975 as chapter advisor. This award is given annually to the graduating Tau Beta Pi member who symbolizes best the distinguished scholarship and exemplary character required for membership. This year, the award goes to Aubrey Lynn Presnell.
The Pratt School of Engineering Student Service Award, established in 1978, is given to the graduating senior who, by contributions of time, effort, and spirit, has significantly benefited the community of the School of Engineering. It is my honor to present this year's Student Service Award to Sebastian Baccarizzo.
It is my pleasure to present 4 awards for biomedical engineering achievement. The first, the Da Vinci Award, is presented to the biomedical engineering student with the most outstanding academic record as determined by a faculty committee. The award commemorates the contribution of Leonardo da Vinci to laying the foundations of the mechanistic study of human life. And the recipient for 2017 is Aubrey Lynn Presnell. Next is the Helmholtz Award, which is given to graduating seniors who present the best research projects as judged by the departmental faculty. The award commemorates the work of Hermann von Helmholtz in laying the foundation of biomedical engineering, and the recipients this year include 2, Anqi Wu and Grace Ying. Congratulations. Next is the Edward D. Ned Light Memorial Award, which is given to the Pratt Fellow in BME for the project with the best engineering design as judged by a faculty committee. It was established in 2012 in memory of Ned Light, who worked for 22 years at Duke, pioneering research in real-time 3D ultrasound imaging and mentoring a host of undergraduate students, both in the lab and in life skills. And the recipient for this year is Zachary David Brown. Congratulations, And finally, the Theo C. Pilkington Memorial Award was established in 1993 by the Whitaker Foundation as an endowment award in memory of Dr. Theo C. Pilkington, the founding chairman of the Department of Biomedical Engineering at Duke University. The recipient is selected at the end of the junior year, and the award is given in recognition of outstanding perseverance and accomplishment in the study of biomedical engineering. And the recipient this year is Daniel Archer Hull.
The William Brewster Snow Environmental Engineering Award, established in 1979, is presented annually to the senior who has demonstrated academic excellence, interest, and enthusiasm in the study of environmental engineering. This year's recipient is David Rosen. The Aubrey Palmer Award, established in 1980, is presented annually to a civil or environmental engineering senior or seniors in recognition of outstanding academic achievement. This year's recipients are Lauren Harper and David Rosen. The Eric Poss Award, established in 1998 in memory of Dr. Eric Poss, former Director of Undergraduate Studies in Civil and Environmental Engineering, is presented to the graduating civil or environmental engineering senior judged by the faculty to have conducted the most outstanding independent study project. This year's recipient is Rekha Corley-Parlar.
The David Randall Fuller Prize for Achievement in Electrical and Computer Engineering is presented annually to the graduating senior who has shown the most improvement in academic performance over the first 3 years. This year's recipient is Alden Timothy Harwood. The George Sherrod III Memorial Award in Electrical and Computer Engineering is awarded annually to the senior in electrical and computer engineering who, in the opinion of the electrical and computer engineering faculty, has attained the highest level of scholastic achievement in all subjects and simultaneously has rendered significant service to the School of Engineering and the university at large. The award was established in 1958 by the parents of George Sherrod III, a graduate of the class of 1955, to recognize outstanding undergraduate scholarship. This year's recipient is F.A. Aris. The Charles Ernest Seger Memorial Award recognizes the most outstanding undergraduate research project and presentation as judged by the faculty in electrical and computer engineering as part of the graduation with distinction presentation session. The award was established in 1958 by the widow and friends of Charles Ernest Seger, a graduate of the class of 1955. This year's recipient is Elijah Henry John Cole. The Charles Rowe Vail Memorial Outstanding Undergraduate Teaching Award, established in 1997 by former students and colleagues of Charles Vail, a graduate of the class of 1937, professor from 1939 until 1967, and chair of the Department of Electrical Engineering from 1956 until 1964, recognizes the most outstanding undergraduate teaching assistant in the Department of Electrical and Computer Engineering. This year's recipient is Gautam Sai Chabrolu.
The Pi Tau Sigma Scholarship Award in memory of T.C. Hayward, Sr. is presented annually by Pi Tau Sigma to the outstanding senior in mechanical engineering at Duke University. Selection is based on academic excellence, engineering ability, and leadership, and is chosen by a committee of the engineering faculty. This year's recipient is Sanford Douglas Morton. The Mechanical Engineering and Material Science Faculty Award is presented annually in recognition of academic excellence to the graduating mechanical engineering seniors who have attained the highest level of scholastic achievement as determined by the faculty. This year's recipients are Matthew Tyler Tobin and Jacob Ryan Werfel.
The Raymond C. Gogler Award in Material Science and Engineering is awarded to the senior who has made the most progress at Duke in developing competence in material science or materials engineering. The basis for selection is the student's scholastic record, research or design projects completed at Duke, and interest in a materials-related career. The award has been established by Patricia S. Pearsall in memory of her grandfather, Mr. Raymond C. Gogler, who was president of the American Cyanamid Company prior to his death in 1952. This year's recipient is Andrew John Broadus Gale.
Next, we recognize graduation with departmental distinction for each of the departments in Pratt. We will call each recipient's name individually, and we ask you to stand in place when we do so. Graduation with distinction is awarded to the students who, in the opinion of their departments and of special committees of the faculty, have demonstrated exceptional achievement in the areas of their special interest by conducting independent research and/or study culminating into a distinguished piece of writing. The recipients for biomedical engineering are Rauhan K. Achar, Yush Butnagar, and again, you can stand in place when I call your name. Great. Zachary David Brown, Leon Yichen Kai, Derek Yushin Chan, Jennifer Minjia Chang, John Thomas D'Angelo, Harrison Robert Furtado, Udita Delta Ghoshal, Tamatita Ketsuri, Catherine Lee, Feimei Liu, Kevin Alexander Murgas, K. Palapoli Trojani, Varun Prasad, Aubrey Lynn Presnell, J. Krishna Rathanvelu, Zoe Alexa Recker, Simon Song, Kantapon Wubun Saksakun, Anchi Wu, Grace Ying, Christine Zhao, and Hao Zhao. Congratulations.
Graduation with distinction in electrical and computer engineering is awarded to students who have achieved outstanding academic performance and have completed a faculty-supervised independent research project in their senior year. The significance of this project has been demonstrated in a formal written report and defended in an oral presentation before a committee of faculty members. This year's recipients, please stand when I call your name, are F.A. Aras, Elijah Cole, Kelsey Ivasic, Chanwook O, Jihai Park, Emre Stanmez, Chen Xu, and Yilan Zhu. Congratulations.
Students receiving graduation with distinction in mechanical engineering performed high-level research under faculty supervision, maintained a high grade point average, wrote a professional quality paper, and gave an oral presentation to a faculty committee. Will the recipients please stand in place as I call your name? Young Liu, Sanford Douglas Morton, Michael Lewis Norwalk, Samantha Janvier Shepard, Matthew Tyler Tobin. Thank you.
We're getting there. Before we get started with the diploma ceremony, I'd like to recognize two extraordinary programs that define and are very special in Pratt School of Engineering. These two programs have become sort of our trademark programs. First, let me introduce the students who were selected as first semester juniors to participate in what we consider to be the most intense and rigorous research program in any of the top universities in the country, our Pratt Research Fellows. Pratt Fellows, please stand. And, nice. These students have performed nearly 2 years of research in their chosen project under the guidance of their Pratt faculty advisor during both the academic year and the summer. Pratt Fellows have outstanding research accomplishments, numerous publications, presentations at national conferences, and even patents. They have won many renowned scholarships and fellowships and have been accepted to prestigious positions in graduate schools, medical schools, MD, PhD programs, and industry. Congratulations again. Second, I have the privilege of presenting to you a landmark program initiated actually by the former Dean of Engineering here, Tom Katsoulias, nationally, and it's gone international now, endorsed by the National Academy of Engineering and designed to prepare students to be the generation that solves grand challenges, and there are 14 challenges defined in this program. I would like to present to you the graduating class of the Katsoulias NAE Grand Challenge Scholars. As I call your name, will each student please stand and remain standing? F.A. Aras, Raya Kazi Islam, Raina Kishan, Feme Lu, Lauren Shum, Anisha Singh, and Amy Zhang. Congratulations. You may be wondering what the Grand Challenger Scholars do. They have taken part in a multi-component program that includes research and practical experience, a multidisciplinary curriculum, a participation in entrepreneurship, a global dimension, and a service component, all focused on one of the 14 grand challenges identified by the National Academy of Engineering. They each have earned the designation as an NAE Grand Challenge Scholar on their official Duke University transcript. In addition, each student will receive a letter of congratulations personally signed by Dr. Dan Mote, President of the National Academy of Engineering. Congratulations to our NAE Grand Challenge Scholars. We now move to the part of the program that you've all been waiting for. We have the help of Linda Franzoni, as you know, our Dean of Undergraduate Studies, and the one and only Judge Carr. For those of you who don't know Judge, he played basketball for Duke, so deserves special recognition. But here we go.
All right. You ready? Ready? Okay. Alexis Grace Abel. Babatunde Sadiq Anthony Abu. Rohan K. Acher. Nishad Neeraj Agrawal. Yulia Sroda Agudogo. Krim Al Ghul. Saeed Almad Al Rama. Bernard Andrew Almaldas. Daniel Ryan Anders. Austin Forrest Anthus III. F.A. Aris. Caroline Fox Ianian. Uzoma Bailey Iogo. Sebastian Rodolfo Bacariso Chiarolo. Michael Albert Basmajian. Matthew Jacob Battles. Stuart Chase Beeson. Richard Kojo Aisi Beckett Ansa. Daniel Bellinson. Paige Marie Bellevaux. Madeline Grace Bernstein. Yash Butnagar. Allison Rose Braithwaite. Jacob Richard Brodner. Zachary David Brown. Andrew James Bowie. Gregory Haywood Bunce. Leon Yichin Kai. Carl Everett Cederholm. Derek Yushen Chan. Jennifer Minjia Chang. Kevin G. Chang. Cody Wade Chasteen. Gotham Sai Chabrolu. Mark Chen. Shi Chen. Shating Chen. Raul Monal Choksi. Ting Chen Owen Chung. Elijah Henry John Cole. Christopher Michael Coughlin. Nisarg Ramesh Chandra Dabi. Runming Dai. Avinash Reddy Donda. John Thomas D'Angelo. Vrushin Himanshu Dani. Michael Dow. Ernesto de Losada. Kevin Michael Delgado. Sameep Mahesh Desai. Kyle Singh Dinza. Caroline D. Napoli. Lucas Allen Donaldson. Jacob Connor Doris. Bridget Doe. Mayank Dubey. Michael Ryan Duke. James Buchanan Duke III. Jennifer Chelsea Egerter. Grant Michael Emery. Bulaji Paul Inawaya. Evrim Ursu. Kelsey Sierra Ivazic. Eric Alexander Ewing. Teresa Taylor Fan. Matthew Clayton Faw. Catherine Yuachung Fei. Hannah Rachel Freibus. Harrison Robert Ferlato. Francesca Annika Fernandini. Jake Edward Floyd. William Thomas Floyd Jones. Maria Christina Fulgaris. Philip Fu. Megan Elizabeth Fox. Randolph Adams Frank III. Kevin Fraser. Lindsay Ann Garcia. Connor J. Garrett. Andrew John Brodus Gale. Kate Rebecca Gelman. Udita Delta Ghoshal. Ilhan Gokhan. Jeremy Thomas Lees Gonzalez. Sachin Govil. Dylan Alfred Green. Hayes Cole Griffin. Nicholas Raymond Grozeski. Varun Gudapati. Bora Gunnar. Alan J. Guo. Emily Ava Hack. Travitas Deshane Hall, Jr. Lauren Allison Harper. Connor Garrett Harris. Alden Timothy Harwood. Dean Samer Hazani. Colin J. Heyer. Scott Alexander Heim. Daniel Eisen Heron. Lindsay Rebecca Hirshorn. Eric Anthony Ho. Christopher Suckman Hong. Valerie Barbara Hooper. Benjamin Michael Hoover. Zi Han Huang. Daniel Archer Hull. Hunter Ann Hutchinson. Alexander Scott Hines. Raya Quasi Islam. Darshana Jaint. Charles Joe. Sean Floral Johnson. Frank Emmanuel Jones II. Anirudh Janavathola. Prathiba Juturu. Alexandra Julia Canaris. Claire Elizabeth Kaptinsky. Andrew Timothy Katsoharakis. Stephen Constantine Katsoharakis. Ankit Kayastha. Brody Donovan Kellish. Tamatita Katsiri. Cassidy Ray Kido. Diane Kim. Edward Kim. Brendan Taylor Kirk. Raina Kishin. Caroline Elizabeth Kittle. Colton Andre Coniger. Rekha Subhashini Korlapara. Gabriel Moshe Kroc. Timothy Daniel Kaleza. John David Kumpf. Alexander Jacob Ledoux. Joshua Kieran Lafond Favier. Sarah Benenson Land. Matthew J. Lestrap. Marcus Jean Layer. Kai U Lee. Catherine Lee. Mary Ann Lee. Martha Genevieve Laplay Arthur. Matthew Aaron Leventon. Dianwen Lee. Chenggong Lee. Kevin Liao. Bruna Meira de Vasconcelos Liborio. Elsie Gia Ling. Austin Liu. Faime Liu. Jason Liu. Richard Ruija Liu. Yang Liu. Sivanishwaran Loganathan. Matias Lopez. Evan Marshall Lucas. Margaret Linnea Lund. Yanmin Ma. Paul James Maline. Ravanth Manchinella. Samantha Manzer. Michelle Wang Mao. Matthew Thomas McQuilling. Anirudh Maral Apudi. Michael James Maslin. Jessica Pearl Mathis. Nicholas Ryan Main. Stephen Andrew Mazari. Alec Garcia Mazzachelli. Emma Rose McClure. John Martin McDonald IV. Austin Douglas McKee. Katarina Ariana McLaughlin. Eli David Medvesic. Henry Burbank Myring. Luke Bradley Miller. Simon Andres Miranda Hernandez. Kevin Moe. Kailani Pineda Montane. Peter Christopher Moran. Sanford Douglas Morton. Hunter William Mulvaney. Kevin Alexander Murgis. Helen Ann Murphy. Eric David Musselman. Nicholas Daniel Neclerio. Manish Nair. Michael Allen Newman. Tamra Marin Nababu. Aaron Gabriel Newman. Sai Naveen Nimagada. Sung Jun Steve No. Michael Lewis Norwalk. Elva Daniela Ochoa. Chanwook O. Matthew Edward Olson. Iyi Un. Meredith Jane Outlaw. Oluwasami Joshua Oye Nago. Stephen L. Page. K. Palapoli Trojani. Yoon Hae Grace Park. Ji Hai Park. Neil Yagnesh Patel. Pritak U. Patel. Jayakrishna Pokari. Jenna Margaret Poplowski. Colin Joseph Power. Anirudh Neelakantan Prakash. Ashwin Ram Prakash. Varun Prasad. Aubrey Lynn Presnell. Margaret Walsh Purcell. Henry Kwok. Anika Rudia Dixit. J. Krishna Rathana Velu. Carter Martin Rauch. Alexander Kenneth Rice. Zoe Alexa Recker. Evan Russell Rogers. Thomas Joseph Romano. Logan Ellis Rupert. David Chapman Rosen. Rebecca Sarah Rothstein. Stephanie Rose Rubin. Thomas Jefferson Sandridge IV. Aristide Sungano. Jeremy Elias Schreck. Arthur Schweitzer. John James Scott. Michael Thomas Seberg. Richard Joseph Seehausen. Karan Amit Shah. Michael Ren Zhen. Samantha Janvier Shepard. Lauren Shum. Connor Benton Silveria. Anisha Singh. Niklas Hans Sjoquist. Kristen Nicole Slappy. Dylan Jacob Small. George William Smith. Keith Michael Saab. Ryan Subhan. Jake Jungwoo Sun. Christian Yao Song. Saimeng Song. Emre Bosbag Sonmez. Kelly Ann Such. Alexa Arden Soren. Jennifer Ray Stencil. Amanda Lee Sullivan. Andrew Shi Sun. Nina Ronya Sun. John Randall Syme. Blake Ryan Talbert. Patrick Henry Terry. Joseph Matthew Timko. Matthew Tyler Tobin. Chi Kim Ching. Courtney Ann Trutna. Jasmine Wailing Sai. Jonathan Sang. Matthew James Udelhofen. Cameron Alexander Valadez. Manlio Sergio Valdez. Rachel Lynn Van Fleet. Kahan Rajan Vasa. Zachary Ryan Visco. Bridget Camille von Oppenfeld. Nicholas Bronimir von Turkovich. Cameron Richard Walker. Drew Hao Wang. Michelle Yi Wang. Henry Hugh Warder. Ruby Rose Watts. Paige Hannah Wexler. David Robert Whistler. Kantapum Wibunsak Sakun. David Matthew Williams. Jacob Ryan Werfel. Anchi Wu. Tom Wu. Benjamin Jen Yun Xing. Amy Shung. Cheng Shu. Joshua Shu. Justin Shu. Roland Vera Shu. Michael Long Yang. Grace Ying. Madeline Holm Yo. Kei Yoshi Koshi. Anthony Meng Yu. Henry Pak Hang Yuen. Jaiwei Zhang. Ziyu Zhang. Amy Bing Zhao. Christine Zhao. Hao Zhao. David Zhou. Yalun Zhou. Judy Zhu. Yairan Zhu. Zachary Adam Zimmers.
What a truly joyous occasion and a truly wonderful class. Congratulations, class of 2017. With this, on behalf of all of Pratt and Duke, this commencement ceremony concludes. Congratulations, good luck, and change the world, as they say. Go Duke.